A group of women say they're being bullied into silence by a guy who didn't like what they had to say about his online dating behavior.
It's very bizarre. The accusations are baseless.
I feel not just for myself, but for my co-defendants and for the other women that he's gone after.
And without representation and not a lot of expendable income to fight a lawsuit, the women worry this could bankrupt them.
You know, any support would be appreciated. We are hoping for pro bono work. In our experience and looking for representation, it doesn't seem likely, but any funds can help us get through this. We definitely appreciate it.
First off, shout out to content creator Manosphere Highlights Daily. He created a compilation of this story that I have not heard of before. Man sues 50 women for shaming him on social media. This one is a fantastic compilation and breakdown of the case. So without further ado,
the First Amendment protects you from any laws meant to limit your free speech, but it doesn't prevent someone from taking you to court because they don't like what you said about them online. Now, a group of women say they're being bullied into silence by a guy who didn't like what they had to say about his online dating behavior.
It's very bizarre. The accusations are baseless.
I feel not just for myself, but for my co-defendants and for the other women that he's gone after.
Olivia Berger and Vanessa Valdez are just two of multiple women being sued for defamation, libel, sex-based discrimination, and other allegations by...
I find it absolutely hilarious that the news anchor sets up that the man just doesn't like what they said. No, how about his case is saying right here that they lied? Defamation, libel. That's what defamation and libel is. Lying, scamming, making shit up, seeing his photo somewhere and just making up things beneath the post. Oh, but these women chose to do it connected to their Facebook accounts with their actual identities attached. Hello.
Stuart Lucas Murray.
He's basically suing us for $2.6 million in damages.
Damn!
It all started with this post on the Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy? When Olivia and Vanessa saw the post and all the comments, they added their own experiences.
He seemed, in my opinion, pretty smug and very arrogant. The entire date, he was putting me down for various things, my job included.
Vanessa never went on a date with Murray because she says she didn't like the messages he sent her, at one point even calling her a moron.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he says, wait, you already did. Why is there a guy in your pic, genius? She says, I'm amused by how you think you know me so well enough to talk to me like one of your buddies. Read my caption, genius. Okay, so he responds back, nobody reads captions, moron. Hold up, how y'all gonna call him out for just being a dick when you could clearly see right here that she's being snarky first? What? What is that you say? Oh, a media narrative? No. You wouldn't want to lead a media narrative that he's just some monster guy that's just upset that these women are just posting untrue things. No, I'm sorry, posting that they don't like him. No. Or is it more so that this man is defending himself from the assholes that he met on these dating applications?
Like the messages he sent her, at one point even calling her a moron.
Everything I said was just my experience with him and my opinions on how I think, he should not be on dating sites.
Starting with Section 230, remind us what it is and how that protects social media companies.
It gives them the protection to not be held liable, to not face a lawsuit for things that are posted on the website. In its basic shell, that's what it is. And so with this class...
Because they're not a publisher.
Action suit, yes, all he sees is dollar signs. If you're an attorney, you're like, you got Facebook and you got millions of people that are on this group, you potentially got millions of clients. I mean, in America, they say 1.8 million are in this group. In London, almost 100,000. And so you got folks all around the world that could be potential clients. So I see him seeing dollar signs, but there are limitations. You're not suing these individuals. You're going to want to try to go after the big fish, and that's Meta. But if you can't get to them because of Section 230, there's really not a big payout in here. The only way you can get to Meta is by showing that not only did they host this information, but they allowed them to do it and they furthered that action. And I think that would be hard to prove.
Lewis.
What I thought about here was that case with Ben Hart The daughter posted something besmirching his name, and it went out to millions of people, right? If he works in New York and you're posting on this dating site and it's 1.8 million women that are on there, who's to say that components of his business are not wrapped into women, right? Like that, him being besmirched on this site and it resulting to public shame, humiliation. And the key is that it's based off of lies. How that cannot affect his business. Because it can. I don't know if it's worth $2 million. There's an argument there that, shit, that's a lot of money. But perhaps he's going that high so that the lawyer or the judge, rather, can meet somewhere in between.
Believes this case will make it to court.
Because a judge at this early stage can't believe one side or the other, that's a jury question. So this case will likely go to trial if it doesn't settle.
And without representation and not a lot of expendable income to fight a lawsuit, the women worry this could bankrupt them.
At the end of the day, these kinds of suits don't just affect me and Vanessa and our co-defendants. And I feel that a lot of times women are still being silenced.
If any support would be appreciated. We are hoping for pro bono work. In our experience and looking for representation, it doesn't seem likely, but any funds can help us get through this. We definitely appreciate it.
The invite-only group, Are We Dating the Same Guy, started with seemingly pure intentions.
Hey, I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years. He's acting weird. Is anyone dating him?
On its webpage, the founder says she operates red flag awareness groups around the world with the goal to keep women safe from, quote, dangerous or toxic men. Each page is location-based. The one here in Charlotte has 34,000 members.
That's crazy. Yeah, they're location-based in literally every single major city here in the States. And I'm sure that it's in international cities as well. Let's read a little bit here. I operate a red flag awareness group from around the world. Women can empower each other and keep each other safe from dangerous or toxic men. Again, starting out with pure intentions. And I think being able to use technology such as social media to warn other women, at first, it sounds like a great idea. But what happens is that you get a lot of bias. You get a lot of stories. You get a lot of people that will just lie, that just troll because they have nothing else better to do. But if women are doing things like this, and I think that men should have their own version, except for our version is, hey, anybody out there porks her? She's over here telling me that she has a body count of 2. Put the photo down up in the goddamn group chat. You got 15 guys that are liking the post. Yeah, me, I did. This was like last Thursday. Shit, I took her out on a brunch date last Wednesday. You telling me that I took her out on a brunch date in the morning and then by nighttime she was getting her back severed and rearranged by the young Chad or Tyrone that is affirming this post? But again, you'd have to watch out for trolls as well. And how could you really ever truly have the truth? Let's proceed.
With the goal to keep women safe from, quote, dangerous or toxic men. Each page is location-based. The one here in Charlotte has 34,000 members, some of whom didn't want to talk on camera out of fear they'd get kicked out of the group.
They have no idea that they're even being posted on there. Because the first rule of Are We Dating the Same Guy they stole from Fight Club is you can't talk about it.
Right. The goal, creators say, is to protect women, not judge men.
I honestly think the page should be shut down.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for both men and women, the poster and the person being posted.
But Jackson says the sites aren't functioning as intended. The posts, many anonymous, she says aren't vetted with significant repercussions.
There's people that have had their houses broken into, tires slashed, and this goes for the women in the group too. If they post something or they comment and it gets back to the man that's actually posted, which it does, then the women are in danger as well.
When you've reached out to Meta or Facebook, what kind of responses have you gotten, if any?
None at all.
We contacted Murray for comment, but he declined an on-camera interview. Instead, he directed us to this website with a long statement that says in part, "This action is not a game, and the accusations against the defendants are serious. I rejected each of them and cut them off quite swiftly."
What this newscaster is not doing is going over what these women said, because I think this is key within the libel case, because they would have to prove that the things that they were saying would harm that man, his reputation in some tangible or real way. Like, for example, if these chicks are saying, oh, I think he's HIV positive and he's not really, then there is a case there. Shout out to Cardi B versus Tasha K, who claimed that she had herpes.
Instead of going their separate ways, they went on for months and years to spread misinformation about me and countless others. Their actions were deliberate, and they are now playing the victims, unquote.
Consequences.
His full statement will be up on our website.
Good.
Of course, we've taken the time to review Murray's full statement, and there's an interesting point that the news overlooks. Murray stated, and I quote, "I would like to preface that I support a safe space for women to protect themselves against being stalked, harassed, or harmed, and not the other way around. These women exploited the concept of a safe space to gossip, defame, and cyberbully anyone at whim. Not only is this illegal, it is overwhelmingly selfish, and on their part, to put their needs and amusement over the privacy and rights of others." End quote. We agree with this aspect of his statement because there is a clear line that should never be crossed. It's a sentiment we have repeatedly reiterated on this platform. We do not harbor hostility toward women.
So yeah, he obviously has a reputation that involves the service industry, albeit maybe it's medical in nature. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go in and look up his whole life or anything like that. But you don't attain a degree like this in silence. But he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Don't get mad. Don't get angry. Hold them absolutely accountable. I'm going to make sure that I follow up with this case to see how it turns out. And he was able to save all of the messages because for real, if this is something that was going on within a period of months to years, and he can prove that it's not true what it is that they're saying, then he very well has a case. I look down in the comment sections of some of these like blog posts up on Instagram, and sometimes I think to myself, how much time do we have as a people to just be arguing with random strangers that you don't know, line after line after line? It's not something that I participate in. I'll post one thing and never see it again. Maybe I'll use it as content, i.e. in order to make money off of it. But it boggles my mind how many people will spend time lying online, trolling online, just because it's entertainment for them, because they're unable to get out of you what they wanted in person. So they go behind zeros and ones and types things with their Twitter fingers in order to try to harm you or destroy you in some way. What he's alleging that these women did is a lot different than having an opinion about who he is as a person. But if they lied about him and his character or something that pertains to him, then they're playing victim asses, need to be held accountable. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre Tourism Reviews at gmail.com. I'd like to leave this bit of content suggesting something to my male audience. Guys, whether you like it or not, if you have a social presence online, then you are connected. You are connected to a network of people, and within that network, you're going to come across unscrupulous people. With that being said, if you don't want to be connected, then you have to kill your accounts. That's part of the negative portion of dating apps in conjunction with social media. You hook up the accounts and you think you're doing so you can learn more about the other person, you could display more of your life, but then they have also access to look at where you live, where you stay, the family members that you are connected to. And I don't think it occurred to me that much until I stepped into the YouTube realm. In becoming a public figure and people are Google searching you, I now have to think about what are the things that I'm putting out there publicly in order to protect some degree, some semblance of my privacy. What these women do within these groups is more so likely when you have this public information available. So I'm not telling you to kill all of your accounts, but just understand the risks that you put yourself in. Until next time, YouTube, peace.